This call is being recorded.
Today is the 8th of November 2023. Will Berlinghoff is the voice of cosmic awareness and Callista is energizer and questioner. Do we have a message for the public, please, Awareness?
Yes, there is a message for the public in this most interesting of times. And as it has been since the last time this awareness put a message out, much is taking place, much is happening. Much of that which is taking place and is happening is behind the screen, if you will. And thus, while information is being released about the events that are currently taking place, such as the war in Gaza and in the Middle East, and how it is that many think that this is a bad, horrible situation, it does not actually capture the truth of the situation. That truth is that many are being rounded up. Much is being done now by those that you would call the White Hatter Alliance in order to bring things forward in that which is the current track upon which humanity is riding and is being dictated to and fooled about by those who are still very much trying to regain and recapture and even install a new level of fear and terror into that which you would call the psyche of humanity. That is why at this time, when so much is seemingly taking place that is being covered, do not trust that coverage that you are seeing on your television screens or hearing over your radios or going online to look up about. Do understand, as this awareness spoke the last time to you, that it is imperative at this time that you stay in that energy of what this awareness calls the sacred neutrality. And in sacred neutrality, you will find that you will be able to weigh things out, balance things, check this out and check that out, feeling your way through that which you are reading, hearing, or even seeing. That this awareness would suggest that as you hold yourself in neutrality, do put a positive spin on things. This you can achieve by simply saying, all will be fine. This too shall pass. That this is not the truth of the situation, and I call in the light of spirit to bring forth the truth. Much is being released now that is contrary to what you are hearing in the mainstream media. And here is the thing about that. If it feels correct and right to you, then hold it as something that you do support, but you are still in sacred neutrality. That does not mean that if action is needed by you, that sacred neutrality means you must ignore it and simply be non-reactive, non-participatory in. This is that which is the greater spiritual understanding, the inner standing. That would be the proper word for it. The inner standing, that which comes from within, that validates and supports and activates in you the understanding that things are not necessarily what they are being presented to be. And that here you have it within your grasp to hold that which is the inner truth, the inner standing of what you feel is right and correct, while staying completely neutral so that if other information comes that is available to you from whatever source that has that feeling of being correct and right can be validated, so that the proof is in the pudding, if you will, so that you can see it, taste it, smell it, hear it, see it, almost to the point that they are the physical senses themselves being activated here. But most of all, it is that curious inner standing that really supports you in the long run even if it goes against that which seems to be the common outlook on things, or the common way of holding matters, and that most who hold from that point of view have an ability to sense things, even though they cannot justify that what they are picking up on has no validation in terms of what is being presented, for example, through mainstream media. It is therefore about the trust you gain and develop by going within yourself, feeling from within the truth of a situation, and holding that even though things are not entirely clear and there are many different reports of this or that it is still underway, because it is not yet time for full exposure of the complete and whole truth. This is coming, but it begins within yourself. And as you hold that, which is the truth that you feel from within, it will begin to manifest in that which you would call the outside realm, that which most go to first and foremost, thinking their answers are to be found out there before they are felt in here within yourself, in here within the context of that which is your inner standing of things. The times they are a-changing, but this does not mean that you will be left out or lost if you come from within. Quite the opposite. And it will be a way to help you through these changing times and through the false reports, lies, and deceits that are still being put out. Luckily, truth is starting to emerge more and more, and that veil that separates one from the truth of source is growing thinner and thinner. Just recently, the Dark Cabal celebrated their most holy of days, this being, curiously, Halloween. But it can be said to you that they did not get exactly what they expected through their normal rituals and ceremonies celebrating Halloween. And it is seen that much energy of source was sent to the enclaves and gatherings that the Dark Ones held on that evening, and that it was not to their liking, for that which was sent to them was of the Spirit itself, the light of Spirit itself. And this light is growing, and this light is that which is available to you from within, the inner standing, the inner trust, the inner knowing that you have within yourself. Do start to trust yourself, therefore, for as you learn how to have that trust, as you learn how to use the wonderful BS meter this awareness has so often referred to, as you know that which is the truth, for you understand and have a feeling for truth, and have a feeling for those who are truthful, or controversially and opposite, those who are not telling the truth, that you will start to feel this, know this, understand this, even if you have not a shred of evidence to support it. If you have developed that capacity within yourself and are open to developing it, it will develop. It will, with practice and use, become that which you put forward as the first means of testing anything you come across, anything that is told to you, anything that is delivered through the mainstream media. It is all within you. And these are most interesting of times, as you know. So why not develop your own inner capacity to sense some of that which is going down even now? For example, the events that are occurring in Gaza, in that area of the Middle East, have much propaganda involved in them. And it truly is not one side being right and virtuous in destroying the other side, as both sides seem intent on doing. But as you watch any of the news reports, be they through mainstream or through your internet and those who you go to get information, that as you feel it out, sense it from within, you will truly begin to see very clearly the propaganda that is being used on both sides to justify their position and their attitude. Now, this awareness says there are events that are coming to pass very quickly now that you need to have a good feeling about or a good sensing as to what is up. For there will be many contrary evidence being presented to you all. And it is your opportunity, as said, to practice this fine art of inner sensing, intuition, and the knowing from within. Hold this strongly in your heart as that which is your wish and command, that you develop this sense of inner knowing, inner understanding, or inner standing of that which is playing out in these most interesting of times. That this completes the opening message from this awareness.